Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever this finds you. I have a poem for you, and it's a bit of a long poem. It's an original, of course. I was talking to a friend of mine because I like to read the poems before I read them to you all. I like to read them to a couple friends to hear them. And he said something in our conversation that was just so moving to me about a situation he's going through. And it made me realize that that's the title of this poem. And so the title of this poem, named by Alex, is The Cancer of Fear. All right, so here we go. During death's reminder that we are all one people on this earth, we are locked away from each other to avoid it. Time passes so slow, or is it fast? The terrible need for touch is visible. The terrible desire to be seen is palpable. And in that, human enough to lift our gaze. When done, some of our hearts fell open to the problematic and horrific nature of what life has been for some of us at the hands and minds of the police. Excuseless, we have seen it as true for ourselves. It cannot be unseen. Clearly, we the same and the anti-racists know this awakening to the extensive and intense efforts that need to be taken to make America live up to its ideals has begun. And then, on a day he should keep out his mouth, this draft dodging, thin-skinned charlatan attempts to sell a swamp. He demands you close your eyes again to police brutality and systemic racism that needs to be rooted out. Close your eyes to the attack on your constitutional rights. Close your eyes while he continues to pull out the fascist handbook and attempts to destabilize the press. Turn truth and fact into lies and tinfoil hat conspiracy. 75-year-old protester fell harder than he was pushed, was aiming a scanner. The man bleeding out, and then later in critical condition, he questions, could be a setup? Do you go along with his disconnect from reality? Forget that this possibility of death that has us in separate rooms, this pandemic, was avoidable if he left his predecessors' international efforts in place. Forget that its deadly spread throughout the country and every American life that it takes lies at his feet, those of his advisors and his party. This lobotomy, this figurative, surgical removal of eyes, heart, and responsibility is a heavy ask. It is an unprecedented demand. Yeah, that's the morning poem. That's where I'm at. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for, it's a long piece. Like a friend of mine said, it was an essay as opposed to a poem. But I like to just use a little bit of words to get the point across and to express the energies that I'm experiencing. But this needed more words, so it's a little longer. But I'm sure you can handle it. So it's beautiful in San Francisco. It is sunny. It is gorgeous. Birds are chirping. Of course, it's quiet. A lot of people were out of town for the holiday. And I was able to do band practice with my band, and we had a good time. It was beautiful in the park, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling, a lot of things like everybody is, but feeling good overall. So sending you lots of love, sending you lots of care, lots of kindness, and lots of kisses. Okay? Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you next week. Bye.